Hey everyone! In today's video, we're going to show you how to reset and dial in your home espresso grinder with a special focus on the Marzocco Pico. Whether you're using a processed coffee or a natural coffee, this guide is going to help you just dial in and get that perfect espresso shot every single time. So let's get started. If you're switching between different coffees or things just aren't tasting right, it's smart to start fresh. Close the hopper chute and grind out the remaining coffee. Empty the hopper and brush out any old grounds. Set the grind size back to a middle range. For our Pico setup, we set that to 10. But keep in mind, this varies a lot between grinders, so consider this a starting point rather than a fixed rule. Then, add your fresh coffee beans to the hopper. Now let's set the timer. For a mid-range grind size on the Marzocco Pico, it takes roughly 8 seconds to grind out 17 grams, which is perfect for our recipe. But remember, adjust your dose for your filter basket size and recipe. Different coffees behave differently. Here's a quick cheat sheet. Natural processed coffees tend to be stickier and more soluble, which means they extract more easily, sometimes even too easily. To avoid over-extraction, try a slightly coarser grind. Washed coffees generally have cleaner, lighter profiles and can benefit from a finer grind for proper extraction. Remember, these are tendencies, not rules. Always taste and adjust. If you have the La Marzocco app and an Akaya connected scale, you can adjust your dose directly in the app. Let's dial in using this simple method. Easy and repeatable. Grind the right amount of coffee for your recipe. We're using 17 grams for our recipe and our filter basket size. Distribute and tamp evenly in the portafilter. Brew and time your shots. For our recipe, we're aiming for about 36 grams out in 25 to 30 seconds. This is a 1:2 ratio, which is a traditional espresso target. Now, check the results. Does it taste sour, thin, or cloying? Go finer. Is the espresso bitter or harsh? Go coarser. Does the espresso taste sweet and balanced? You're there. These are general guidelines, and while we'd like to give you specific times or weights for your espresso, the truth is that every coffee is different from the next, depending on the variety, process, and roast. So play around, but taste every shot. Fine tuning is everything when it comes to espresso, so here's what to look for. If your coffee is tasting bitter or like very bitter and harsh, or it takes too long time to brew within the window that you've set for your recipe, let's say more than 30 seconds, try going coarser. But if your coffee is tasting watery or sour or hollow, and or maybe it even brews in 10 to 15 seconds, try going finer. But remember, always taste your espresso to make sure that your espresso is dialing in properly. When your espresso is dialed in, you'll taste different things. But here's what to look for. First of all, sweetness. Usually a well dialed in espresso will have like a sweetness that is comparable to brown sugar or caramel. Naturally, there will be acidity, but often the acidity will either be well rounded or well integrated into the drink. In this case, this has a fresh fruit character acidity to it. Then there will be bitterness, because coffee is naturally bitter. But it should also be well integrated into the drink, more like a dark chocolate or a honeycomb. And finally, you'll have the body. A well-bodied espresso doesn't have to be full-bodied, but it could be creamy, it could be velvety. In this case, it's very juicy. Besides manual puck preparation, there are many tools you can use to help you brew and elevate your espresso, like distribution tools such as the Puck Navigator or different tamping tools you can invest in, such as the Puck Mini. But remember, if you use these tools, it will affect how you dial in your espresso. In these cases, err on the side of grinding a little finer. And that's it. A simple reset and dial in routine for your home espresso setup with the Marzocco Pico. If you found this helpful, give us a like and subscribe to Rebel, and then we'll see you in the next one.